Greetings, welcome back to my channel. Recently, African superstar Burna Boy has made an offer to the government of Burkina Faso to have a free concert. Yes, family, Burna Boy made statements that he is willing to have a free concert in the aid of Burkina Faso as a show of support for the political changes that have taken place as of late. Well, family, I'm here to let my subscribers know that this offer from Burna Boy was vehemently denied by Captain Ibrahim Traore and his government. Family, Ibrahim Traore is of the opinion that a concert at this critical phase in their development would be ill advised. Ibrahim Traore believes that this concert would be an unnecessary distraction at a very critical moment in the country's development. As you all know, recently Burkina Faso was the subject of a military coup, and Captain Ibrahim Traore and his government are now in charge. Right? Since taking control of Burkina Faso, there have been two separate coups d'etats. One replaced the leader of the military takeover and placed Ibrahim Traore in power, and another coup took place immediately following this point, in which there was an attempt to oust Ibrahim Traore. And so, against this backdrop, I believe Ibrahim Traore made a very sensible decision to decline Burna Boy. Family, in the era of social media, many persons are wondering, why didn't Ibrahim Traore work with Burna Boy? Right? They both Africans. They both have a love for the continent. I want to see the continent improve. But the reality is, what many people are failing to recognize is that in a chaotic environment, in a tense environment, it wouldn't really be advisable to have a concert. And particularly, it wouldn't be good for Ibrahim Traore to attend this concert. At this point, the leader of any revolutionary movement has to be very skeptical about the kind of moves that they make after they undertake a period of change. And so I think the Burkina Faso military regime is understandably skeptical about anybody trying to have collaboration at this point. Even though Burna Boy is a superstar, you know, coming from the outside, persons will be skeptical about why you would want to have a concert right now after there was a military takeover. So I think that's really um, what the consideration was as to why they rejected Burna Boy. I think it was a good offer for him to make to Burkina Faso. I don't think it was coming from a bad place. But what I think would be a better move for Burna Boy to do at this time would be to make a donation of supplies, to make some investment, purchase land or make a business investment into Burkina Faso, right? Because at this point, they will need all of the investment from the African community that's possible. After a coup takes place, many countries around the world are skeptical. Some countries cut off diplomatic ties and refuse to make any kind of economic partnerships. Okay, so at this point, rather than have a concert, Burna Boy should have actually invested in Burkina Faso so that there can be some kind of economic stimulus coming from persons without an agenda, persons without an ulterior motive, right? And at this point, I don't think anybody's going to be able to just cozy in with the new regime in Burkina Faso. You know, persons will have to be skeptical of even their fellow Africans because, as I said, there was even a coup d'etat that attempted to oust Captain Ibrahim Traore, and this was undertaken by other members of the military regime. Okay, and so I don't think even ACON could approach Burkina Faso right now and have a free concert, you know. And so, family, let me know if you have been following this story. If there's any opinions that you would like to share, let me know in the comments below. One love.